I don't think I'll be seeing you again. So I thought it only best to say goodbye. Consider it a mark of respect. Look, I don't know what you and Simon spoke about last night, but when he came back to the room, he woke me up and, well, we chatted till dawn. You'll be pleased to know that we have decided to part ways. But don't flatter yourself into thinking this was your doing. It was inevitable. We'd just been putting it off. I'm surprised we even lasted 1.5 years. He said the only reason he was attracted to me was because I was the polar opposite of you. It's funny, isn't it? When you said you enjoyed my performance in A Doll's House, God, my heart missed the beat. I could have leapt for joy. How do you do that? Did I ever tell you about my father? See, I watched him drown in a mountain of unpaid bills. When I was 13, he was declared bankrupt, and I'd come home every day and the bathroom door was always closed and the sound was always the same. Sound of my mother's stifled sobs. And then she'd come out with a smile on her face and she'd cook us dinner. And then one day he left and he never came back. So my mother and I, well, we had to move into a tiny rented flat and live on benefits. I remember the first day I moved my bed and I saw all this blood all over the walls. And I spent every day thinking about what had happened in that room before we got there. Came up with some quite unpleasant scenarios, but then I've always had a vivid imagination. So I guess since then, and for most of my life, I have been running away from unpaid bills, from stifled sobs, and from those blood red stains. And yes, may have affected some of my artistic choices. That's my individual story. Something tells me you stopped listening to individual stories a really long time ago. Wonder when that was. Well, there's a part of me that admires you, hanging on to everything that you've ever believed in. But that idealism has turned into hardness, Kristen. It has a thick shell. You do. Carapace, isn't that the word? Why does she demonise me like that? I'd keep telling myself, why does she vilify me? Why does she scrutinise every little thing that I do and then condemn it without a second thought? And then I decided, it's got nothing to do with me, really. It's not about me. It's about you. You see, when I was in my room last night, I had a bit of a revelation. They say that as you get older, you just become like a worse version of yourself. And I guess in some people that's just more pronounced. And I expect it's that notion of having to hold on to everything that you've ever believed in, everything that you are, everything that you were. The choices you've made and the paths that you followed, because if you start to question them, if you start to doubt them just for a second, well then you're screwed really, aren't you? So you hang on. With every fibre of your being. Must be exhausting being you.